They say real men don't talk. I say they just haven't been asked the right questions. This ain't about trends. It's about truth, about faith that don't fold, love that costs something, and manhood that still means something. I'm not here to argue. I'm here to build. This is the Always Up Podcast, Season 2, Too Real to Win. For the men still trying to love right in a world that loves wrong. I wasn't visiting Sex City. I was studying it, trying to understand how desire got more followers than discipline, and how half the world confused attention for affection. Sex City wasn't on any map, but everybody knew how to get there. No GPS needed, just curiosity, boredom, or a bad decision disguised as self-care. And the moment I stepped in, it hit me. This place wasn't built. It was algorithm. Billboards everywhere, not ads. Just influencers posing like they were selling something. And the crazy part, they were. Validation, escape, access, a little bit of pick me, and a whole lot of look at me. Women weren't visitors in Sex City. They were running marketing. Pop-up shops called Soft Life, Hard Launch, self-care clinics, where healing looked suspiciously like a ring light on 100, and girls offering emotional masterclasses taught by someone who hasn't apologized since 2017. And the men? Oh, the men wandered around like tourists who forgot their passports, lost, thirsty, and one DM away from rewriting their destiny. If Vegas and Instagram had a baby, and that baby was raised by OnlyFans and bad advice from TikTok, that baby would live here. I walked past a club called Infatuation, a lounge named Almost Love, and a day spa called Situationships, specializing in emotional exfoliation. Still not sure what that means. Everywhere I looked, somebody was performing for someone they didn't even respect. And somewhere between the neon signs and the fake intimacy, I realized nobody comes to Sex City for love. They come to forget the last time they tried. And that's when I saw him, the only man in the whole city not auditioning. A monk, not the cliche robe-wearing monk. A modern monk, calm, sharp, moving like a man who already paid the bill for the life he left behind. Everybody else was sprinting. He was strolling. Everybody else was thirsty. He was full. Women tried to distract him. Men tried to pressure him. Temptation tried to hire him. He didn't even blink. He walked through Sex City like a man who lived here once and refused to renew his lease. Not because he was above the city, but because he survived it. And watching him move, quiet, in a place built to shake you, felt like seeing discipline in human form. He didn't speak. He didn't gesture. He just walked, focused, steady, unbothered, like he knew the ending nobody else wanted to read. That's when I made my choice. I followed the monk, not to learn the city, but to learn the cost. Welcome to Sex City, where everything is temptation and almost nothing is real. I followed the monk down a street called Instant Gratification Avenue, which feels accurate because everything there came fast and left faster. He didn't speak, didn't turn, didn't look back to see if I was keeping up. He just walked like a man who buried every temptation this place ever offered him. At one point, a woman stepped in front of him, full glam, full confidence, full algorithm, and she said, "You're not even going to look at me?" The monk didn't flinch, didn't smirk, didn't blink. He just stepped around her like she was a pop-up ad. I almost laughed because I swear I saw her reboot. Her ego had to reconnect to the Wi-Fi. Men in Sex City fall apart when women ignore them. Women in Sex City fall apart when men don't. Women didn't just live in Sex City. They designed the marketing brochures. But men weren't innocent either. If women were the billboards, men were the tourists who kept trying to take the tour twice. Men don't fall in Sex City because they're weak. They fall because they think they're exceptions. We walked past the VIP line outside a spot called Validation. Long line of men, short line of women, and both sides tired for different reasons. One woman was yelling at her boyfriend, "You don't even appreciate what I do for you." And he said, "You do it for likes, not for me." I leaned over like, yep, classic Sex City argument. Both of them right, both of them wrong, both of them exhausted. The monk kept moving, didn't judge, didn't comment, just walked through their chaos like he once caused it himself. We passed a group of women laughing too loud at a joke that wasn't funny, not to flirt, but to signal. You could tell, women in Sex City don't chase love, they chase whoever's chasing them. Meanwhile, the monk, he didn't chase anything. He moved with a kind of peace you can't fake, a kind of clarity you only earn. We reached a quiet alley, rare for Sex City, and finally he spoke. His voice was calm, like water talking to stone. He said, "Desire is loud, discipline is quiet. One builds your life, the other sets it on fire." And I swear it echoed. He looked at me, not with shame, not with holiness, just with truth, and said, "Most people don't stay in Sex City because they're sinful. They stay because they're scared. Scared to be alone, scared to heal, scared to feel anything that isn't instant." Then he kept walking. Didn't wait for me to respond, didn't ask for agreement, didn't pause for applause. And here's the crazy part. Every woman we passed looked at him like he was an ex they let go. Every man looked at him like he was the blueprint they ignored. Sex City didn't hate the monk. It just couldn't use him, because you can't monetize a man with self-control. As we stepped deeper into the alley, I noticed every shadow he avoided looked familiar. Places I used to run toward, habits I used to justify, people I used to chase. And the deeper we went into Sex City, the more I realized he wasn't warning me about the city. He was warning me about myself. Following the monk felt like walking behind a man who already failed every test I thought I could avoid. We stepped back into the main strip, and Sex City was louder than ever. Bass shaking the sidewalk, lights flickering like broken promises, people performing like their self-worth was locked somewhere in the scoreboard. And for the first time, I wasn't looking at the city, I was looking at patterns. Men chasing what's temporary, women chasing who's chasing, everyone chasing a feeling they lost 3 relationships ago. That's when it hit me. Sex City isn't about sex, it's about escape. Men escape responsibility, women escape rejection, both escape accountability. Everybody claiming freedom, nobody actually free. A group of guys stood outside a bar called Ego Hour, arguing over the same women they swear they don't want, but can't stop validating. Meanwhile, 2 women walked out of a lounge called Almost Love, saying they were done with men, but checking their phones every 30 seconds like closure was gonna text them back. Sex City didn't create these people. It just magnified who they were. Some people in Sex City don't need therapy. They need a log out button. The monk slowed down, not to speak, but to let me see. A man buying affection because he didn't want honesty. A woman selling attention because she didn't want intimacy. 2 people kissing who didn't even like each other, but feared loneliness more than regret. This city wasn't wild, it was wounded. And deep down, I couldn't tell if I was studying the city or studying my old self. Because the truth is, Sex City gives you access you're not spiritually mature enough to handle. Access without discipline isn't freedom, it's self-destruction on demand. You see it everywhere. Men convincing themselves they're in control while their impulses write their story. Women posting affirmations while living out abandonment issues in real time. Everybody claiming standards, but nobody actually choosing them. We stepped into a quieter corner, rare for Sex City, and the monk finally stopped. He didn't preach, didn't posture, didn't try to impress the chaos around us. He didn't say it like a warning, he said it like a memory. Freedom without boundaries is a cage you can walk in and never walk out. That one echoed through me. He wasn't judging the people around us. He understood them. He understood why men numb themselves with options instead of purpose. He understood why women seek control instead of connection. He understood why everybody here was performing confidence to hide the parts of themselves they didn't want to face. Then he turned away, blended into the crowd, and kept walking. And for the first time since I entered this place, I wasn't tempted. I wasn't curious. I wasn't impressed. I was aware, because Sex City isn't hard to escape. It's hard to admit you live there. Sex City will show you other people, but the real danger is when it starts showing you, because every street in that city mirrors a flaw you thought you buried. I walked past a place called Second Chances, but the line outside was full of people who never gave any. Looked familiar. Saw a rooftop bar called Maybe, full of people waiting for someone who was supposed to choose them yesterday. Also felt familiar. Then I hit the alleyway they call The Undoing, where people go to and learn the standards they swore they had, and it hit harder than I wanted. Sex City doesn't tempt you with pleasure. It tempts you with versions of yourself you thought you outgrew. The monk was gone, but his shadow was still walking with me. And that's when it happened. The shift. My footsteps slowed. My breathing changed. And instead of judging the city, I started asking myself the questions men avoid. Why did I ever feel the need to be here? What hole was I trying to fill? Who was I trying to impress? And what version of me kept showing up when I wasn't proud of myself? Because Sex City isn't a place, it's a mindset. It's the mindset of validating yourself through attention, confusing desire with value, calling lust chemistry, calling convenience connection, calling distraction healing, calling your patterns just how I am. It's the mindset that lets you think you're choosing freedom when you're really choosing escape. And the more I watched people chase what was hurting them, the more honest I had to be. I've been both of them, the runner and the chaser, the numbed and the needy, the one who hid from himself and the one who pretended he wasn't hiding. And that's exactly when the truth hit me sideways. Most people ain't addicted to sex. They're addicted to not feeling alone. Sex City forces confession, not out loud, but internally, where the truth doesn't need an audience. Standing there, the noise of the city started fading, and the silence got loud enough for clarity. Every environment reflects your evolution or exposes the lack of it. And in that moment, I understood something I never wanted to say out loud. Some parts of me didn't walk into Sex City tonight. They never left. This city wasn't pulling me backward. It was revealing where I'd stop moving forward. And that's when the monk's presence made sense. He wasn't leading me through temptation. He was leading me through accountability. Because the hardest truth in Sex City is this: you don't escape the city until you admit the city is inside you. And that's where the real reset begins. I kept walking until the noise started sounding like memory instead of temptation. The monk was back, standing at the edge of the city like he never moved, didn't smile, didn't preach, just looked at me the way grown men look at other men when they know the truth finally landed. He pointed at the exit sign, not with a welcome gesture, with a warning one, and I got it immediately. Leaving Sex City isn't the same as being done with it. Most people leave with their feet, but stay with their habits. He stepped closer, slow, measured, like he said this to 1,000 men before me. People think this city is about desire, he said, but desire is not the trap. The trap is who you think you are when no one is watching. Then he paused long enough for the silence to feel expensive. You saw the bars, the women, the shadows, the life you could have lived, and the life you were running from. And then he delivered the bar I didn't want to hear. Some men don't come to Sex City to escape women. They come to escape themselves. I felt that one in places therapy hasn't touched yet. He turned toward the road leading out of the city. A long, dark highway. No lights, no shortcuts. Just the sound of your own footsteps trying to match your standards. And he said, leaving's easy. Replacing what brought you here, that's the hard part. Then he did something unexpected. Put his hand on my shoulder and whispered, your appetite resets only when your honesty does. I looked back at the skyline, neon signs fading, music turning into echo, people still chasing what wasn't chasing them back. And it hit me. Nobody gets out clean. They just get out conscious. I started walking. The monk stayed behind, like his job wasn't to guide me out, but to make sure I didn't walk back in for the wrong reasons. And that's when it came full circle. The monk didn't lead me out. He reminded me I had legs. With every step, his final line kept looping. The city will call you again. The question is, who will answer? I didn't rush to walk out, didn't look back, didn't speed up like a man afraid of who might follow. Sex City doesn't chase you, it waits. Because the biggest trap in the world isn't temptation, it's familiarity. And as the neon faded behind me, something started rising in me that I hadn't felt since before the world got noisy. Clarity. Not the motivational kind you post on a Tuesday morning. The kind that hurts before it heals. The kind that forces you to admit the truth you keep saving for later. The monk wasn't with me anymore, but his silence followed me longer than his footsteps ever did. Sex City wasn't sinful. It was symbolic. Every club was an escape. Every rooftop was a distraction. Every stranger was a shortcut. Every shadow was a version of me I hadn't retired yet. And the truth I needed to say out loud, even if I only said it to myself, was simple. I didn't end up there because I was lonely. I ended up there because I wasn't honest. Honest about what I wanted. Honest about what I feared. Honest about who I was becoming when nobody was clapping. Honest about the difference between being desired and being valued. Every man eventually reaches a moment where he has to decide, do I want comfort or do I want character? Because one builds you, the other drains you. And here's the part most men never say out loud. Most men don't need more options. They need more discipline. Not the kind that impresses people. The kind that protects their future. The monk didn't return. He didn't need to. His silence was the last lesson. When a man finally sees himself clearly, he becomes his own teacher. The city was far behind me now, but the message stayed close. Sex City never closes. It never stops calling. It never stops inviting you back into versions of you that cost too much. But tonight, walking out, I understood something new. Growth isn't leaving the city. It's outgrowing your reason for going. And for the first time in a long time, the road ahead felt lighter than the road behind. I kept walking, and for the first time all night, the city wasn't the part that bothered me. It was the person waiting on the other side of my mistakes, because escaping Sex City is one test, but rebuilding trust is the real exam. And that's when the truth landed hard. Some wounds don't come from cheating. They come from the version of you she had to survive while you were lost. Leaving the city showed me who I used to be. Now I had to face the question every man avoids. Can you rebuild a relationship without rebuilding yourself first? Next episode, rebuilding her and you. Because love can heal, but only if the blueprint changes first. Thanks for listening. If this episode hit home, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. This season, Too Real to Win, is for the men still trying to love right in a world that loves wrong. No clout, no gimmicks, just truth. I'm Brian B. Turner, and this is the Always Up podcast. Until next time, stay focused, stay faithful, and always up.